Oh, thanks, Jose. I see. What's going on? EA the truth. I see you. Got 10 people in the building. Go ahead and get my likes up. I appreciate you. Audrey Anderson. What's going on? Clean right cut, right? Eloy, I see you. EA, what what's the standard you recommend? Uh, I've steamers. I've only used two different ones. One was Harbor Freight, and the other one was a McCullen. They both was great. And drill brushes, I think it's only all of them are great, man. I don't know if it's a different brand of drill brush. I think Drill Brush, the company Drill Brush, makes drill brushes. So, uh, I mean, that Harbor Freight steamer is pretty good. The McCullen is better, but I mean, for the price, they're both great. Callus Auto Detailing, what's going on? Just waiting on a few more people to get in, and I'll get started. You like the Harbor Freight steamer? Yeah, that's okay. Uh, that's what I've been using now. Been using the Harbor Freight steamer for like the past 2 years now. But I like the McCullen. The McCullen I like better. But the reason why I go with a lot of Harbor Freight products and equipment is because they have the warranty. And I don't care what brand you buy. I mean, if you use this stuff as much as I use it, it's going to break. And then you're going to have to find an authorized dealer to fix it. And some of this stuff that you're buying, like if you buy anything from Home Depot, if you're lucky to find somebody that can fix it, or if they have an authorized dealer in the area to fix their products or their equipment, that's great. But most of the time, my experience, they don't. So the only thing that Home Depot has is like you send it off, and it's just I don't even like that. You send it off, and it'll take man, you don't know how long it'll take. So, me, I like to buy stuff where there's an authorized dealer in my town or nearby where I can take it to get fixed if it breaks. Or I love Harbor Freight because they got you could get the 1 year warranty or the 2 year warranty. I love it. Uh, it's a free replacement warranty. You can take it back, before your year's up. I always write down the date on my equipment that I bought it, so I can take it back before it runs out, and then you just pay for the warranty again, which will be anywhere from 40 to 70 bucks. You pay it for it again, and then you get a brand new one. That's why I love it. Hey, come on, y'all! Everybody, get my likes up so we can get started, man. Got 15 people in the building. Get those likes up. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. I say for pressure washing the house, anything. It depends. If you're doing big houses, uh, you're gonna want anything that's over 3 gallons per minute. Uh, you'd be doing even better if you get some 4 gallons per minute. Uh, but when you're washing houses, you need those gallons per minute for rinsing power. Uh, PSI does help, you know, but you can switch out different tips so you can reach, you can spray higher, farther. But you will want it. Your chemicals when it comes to house washing is just as important as the equipment. So anything over 3 gallons per minute, if you can afford 4 gallons per minute or better, go with it. You're gonna need that rinsing power. But y'all see the title. The title is earning tips. I hope I spelled everything right, man. Sometimes I jump in so fast and forget to look at the spelling. But it's about earning tips, and you guys know I do lawn care and detailing, and I get tipped for lawn care, but detailing is where I get most of my tips. Um, and people, when it comes to detailing, people like the tip. Like I get let's say if I do 5 cars, at least three, I get 5 customers, at least 3 customers is gonna tip me. Never fails. Welcome. What's going on, Courtney? Yeah, but Tips. How do you get these tips? Earning tips, man. Um, the first time in my life I saw a person get a tip was at a restaurant, a waitress. And the waitress comes by and the waitress, asks you what you want to know. For first they sit you down, and then the waitress asks you, you know, uh, what do you want to drink? She bring the menus, asks you what do you want to drink, you order. She brings you your food. She they cater to you. They make sure that you're okay. They come back and check on you periodically to make sure that you do or do not need anything else from them. And if your service was pleasant, you get a tip. I mean, you give them a tip. Uh, in the restaurant, the waitresses, their profession, they get paid. Their hourly rate is lower than minimum wage usually because the company that hires them knows that they're going to get a tip. So waitresses make their money off tips. And just by people knowing that, a lot of people don't know that, but a lot of people do. And just by people knowing that, they go in with the intentions on tipping. So now you may lose your tip if you don't, provide good service. You may not get a tip, or you may not get as big as a tip as you would have gotten had your service been great. Well, it's the same thing with detailing. Now, with detailing, you're not checking on the customer and seeing if they're okay. Usually, it's the other way around. They're checking on you to see if you're okay. And what's going on, BJ? What's going on, Michael Jackson? What's up? But what I'm starting to notice with people tipping, uh, as far as detailing, for one thing, especially in the summertime in most states, is extremely hot, and depending on the service that you're going to be doing, you're going to be outside for an extended period of time. Now, me, when I'm out there, I'm so focused on the job that I get I work and work and work, and I don't stop until I'm done. I take short breaks as far as like grabbing a bottle of water and however long it takes me to finish that water, which is not that long because I'm thirsty, I'm sweating, and I can kill a water in seconds. And that's probably the shortest break, I mean, the longest break I'll take. And I don't stop until I get done. And most of the time, right, good customer service, show up on time. But most of the time, some people, you know, they look out there and they're looking at you. I remember I did a job a couple of months ago, and I was parked right out the way the driveway faces the customer's office. So he was working in the office, and he was just looking outside, and he was in the office the whole time I was out there, and he said this to me. He noticed that I didn't take a break. I didn't come and ask to use the bathroom. I didn't ask for any water. Uh, And not that he was expecting me to. It was just that usually when somebody's out there for that long, they're going to at least take a bathroom break, a restroom break. But me, for some reason, I don't have the urge to have to, use the bathroom. I make sure I do all that before I leave. But I guess because my body is using that fluid, that it doesn't release it until my body feels like it doesn't need it anymore. So I just work, work, work until I get done. And people respect that. Like a lot of people respect hard work. I remember one time it was cold outside, and this is like maybe like my first or second year. I think it was my second year in business, and I was doing the detail. And this is before I raised my prices. This is when I was just only charging, like the video I made the other day, I was only charging probably 30 or 40 bucks. And I'm out there in the cold. I'm doing the car for like 40 bucks or 50 bucks or something like that. And it was freezing outside, but I had thermal socks on. I had regular socks, thermal socks on top of that. Then I had what else did I have on? I had I had on long john thermal underwear, thermal top. I was bundled up. I was warm, pretty. And so uh, a guy he drove by and he was like, "Man, like this guy wasn't even, doing his, didn't even know the guy wasn't even doing his car." He rolled up and he was like, "Man, like I really admire that your work ethic. Like it's cold out here, you out here getting it in." And the guy gave me, he I think he gave me like 30 or 40 bucks, whatever. He just gave me whatever he had in his pocket. Uh, and he was like, "Man, I really admire that." Didn't even know the guy. I mean, the guy gave me a tip and I didn't even do any work for him. People admire hard work when and sometimes it's not, it's not always about the quality of work that you've done. Sometimes they'll tip you on the effort alone sometimes. Uh, I've been given tips before the people even look in the vehicle. So I know it's not always about the quality of work. Uh, and sometimes people, some people it's in their nature to tip. They tip they tip all the time. When they go to restaurants, they tip their hairstylist, they tip their nail technician, they tip everybody. And they know that these people are hard working and sometimes they want to give you a tip to say they appreciate you. So when they see you out there, busting your ass out there, getting it in, and these are the things you want to do. Just like Callis Auto Detailing said, when he said, show up on time, get, good customer service and all that. You want to do all that, be honest, you want to do all that. And trust me, you're going to get tips because you're going to be surprised. It got to the point one time when I just started to realize that, once I raised my prices, I noticed, and this too, once I raised my prices, uh, I noticed that I started getting more tips when I raised my prices because at that point I was dealing with a totally different demographic. Some demographics it's just not in their culture to tip, and or they can't afford to tip. And some demographics, that's just what they do. They tip everybody. Sometimes, like I said, they don't even look at the work yet, and they tip you before they even look at the work. You know, uh, so those are the things you want to do. You want to make sure that you're doing everything that will give you a tip. And these are things you should be doing anyway. I don't expect to get tips. That'd be the furthest thing from my mind when I'm working and when I get done. And sometimes I'm not even thinking about it, especially like when I swipe credit cards. When I swipe credit cards, I usually give them my phone so they can sign. And the way that the app is set up, I use Square, and the way that the app is set up is after you put your information in or after you sign or whatever it is, right there in that area gives you the option to tip, and then you can do a custom tip or you can do the 15-20% or whatever. And sometimes people they just pick or they put their own prices in. I've gotten tips as low as $5 all the way up to about $100. I think the highest tip I ever got was $100. And you start to realize like, wow, like especially me, and I know a lot of us we started out with lower pricing and then we raised our prices over time. Some people, hit the ground running with, high prices. That's cool. And so I started to realize that, yo, you know, 4 or 5 years ago when I was charging this, I rarely got any tips. I might have got a $5 tip, stuff here and there, but I rarely got any tips. And then people would complain about the price. Now I'm getting tips that are I'm getting you're doing a $200 detail and then you're getting a $50 tip, which was higher or around the same price you was charging 4 or 5 years ago. And so you just start to see how this thing works because, like I said, when I started doing this, I didn't know anything about, I didn't know firsthand about customer service. I didn't, I dealt with a lot of people, but as far as a customer, dealing with a customer, I didn't deal with a lot of customers. I dealt with a lot of people because of the professions that I was in, different jobs that I had. But as far as customers, no. And so you start to see the little trends and the things that people say. You start hearing the same thing over and over again. So you kind of know how to go out there and move, and you know how to get out there and move and earn a tip. And trust me, it feels good. When you're only expecting $100 and then you look down at your phone, or you look down, you get in the car and you count your money, or you look down at the check and it's more money than what the service was. And that feels good. I don't care what nobody say, man. That never gets old for me. Never gets old for me. Learn by hit and miss. I went up on my prices to new customers because 75% of my customers were tipping me every time I cut their yards until it became the regular amount. Don't look for it, it will come. Lord, I know as a firefighter, even when the fire's out, the temperatures are reasonable. Right. That surprise is always great, man. Like it's always like I it's kind of like getting a present at Christmas, like you know. And the only time I do think about the tip is when I count the money, or when I look at when I look down at at my app, or if I sent the invoice, or however I get the payment, I'm looking to see. That's when I think about the tip. But when I'm working and when I'm going to the appointment and when I book the appointment, I'm not thinking about a tip. But it feels good when you get them, and that is one of my favorite parts of detailing. Is is not only do you get you make a customer happy, or they tell you, oh my God, the car looks great, and uh, oh, it looks like it's new again, and they're telling their friends about it, and it's just a good feeling, man. Like you know, it's that instant gratification. You don't a lot of professions you don't get that. I was a police officer for 10 years, and it wasn't until I started working in narcotics until I got that instant gratification, because you know you can you can actually be proactive, or you can actually go out there and do something, and you can see the results just like that. Most of the time you have to wait for results, or nobody ever tells you anything. But that when you detailing, you're going to get that criticism right there on the spot, whether it's good or whether it's bad. If you do a bad job, or if you miss a spot, somebody's going to let you know. It's going to stand out, and they're going to let you know. And it's I just can't explain it, man. It never gets old, man. uh it never gets old. And then you got to think about it, man. Let's say you do about 3 or 4 cars in a day, and all of them tip you. If you add all the tips up, that's like you did a whole nother service. It's awesome, man. But yo, in the comment section, man, let me know the highest tip you ever received, and why do you think you got that high tip? Y'all don't be shy. What's up? What's the highest tip you ever got, and why you think you got it, or why did you think you received it? 100 because the customer car was trash, and I made it car look new. 100. And yo, and what gets me? What I started to learn once I started catering to a different demographic than I originally was. I started realizing that it seemed like the more that I charged, the cleaner the cars were, and you're getting tipped on top. You're getting tipped on top of it. It's crazy. It ain't nothing like it, man. Like I never had a job that I got treated like that. And the thing about it is, what a lot of people that's not in this profession don't know is that everybody wants our service. I want you guys to remember this. I want you guys to listen to this. Everybody wants our service. They may not need it, but everybody wants our service. I mean, think about it. Just think about all the people that stop and ask you how much and ask you for a business card, but never call. They wanted the service. It was that the price, or they was interested. It was that the price was something that they wasn't willing to pay, or they maybe lost your card. But when people see that, when you're working on a car, you're in somebody's driveway, and a neighbor or somebody who lives in that neighborhood drives by, you know, and they stop and they ask you questions, yo, they interested. But everybody wants our service, man. It's a level of convenience. Just think about it. Who don't want somebody to come to their location, whether it be their home or office or job site, and detail their vehicle? Who wouldn't want that? Everybody wants our service. And don't get it twisted, because you're valuable. Don't don't because sometimes people try to look at you as the help, or try to make it seem like what you're doing ain't valuable. Don't believe it. Anytime somebody tries to, anytime somebody's trying to make you feel like what you're doing ain't important or ain't all that, if they're taking the time to try to convince you, that's because it is. Uh, and this is when you have to know your value. You have to know your worth. You know, knowing your value, knowing your worth doesn't always mean that you're going to get the price, or you're going to get the money that you want. It just means that you know that you're worth it, and eventually you're going to get it. You're going to get the money. Basically, what I'm saying, you're going to get what you're worth eventually. Whether it's you got to raise your value in other people's eyes, or you got to come up with a strategy, whatever it is. Right. Right. And J Jack, that just means they appreciate you. $200. Cordial Ashley, yo, that's a big tip. Well, the job must have been huge then. That must have been like $1,000 job or $2,000 job. They tipping you that big. And that $50 for a yard, a tip, that's a lot. Because usually, yard is always a routine thing. You're doing it so much that, they don't tip. Oh, 1,500 job. Yeah, it had to be. Appreciate you. Is it Arturo Sanchez? Appreciate you, man. Yeah, the truth. Yeah. Yeah. I got a video. I actually got a video that I'm putting together with Sporties. I actually about 2 weekends ago, not this weekend, but the weekend before that, I was in New Jersey. I kicked it with Sporties for a couple of days. So he's still out there doing his thing. He has a lot going on. Y'all, I get he'll update y'all when he feels the need. Right, right. That was a good payday for you then. $1,700 payday. That's great. Yeah, but that's the thing, man. And once you get that one person to show that value in you, because when they giving you that tip, you know, without saying it, that's showing that look, I value you. I appreciate what you do. What you do is important to me. And once you get that once, twice, three times, four times, boosts your confidence up. And that's great. A lot of, and I remember one time, man, I was talking to somebody and I don't know how we got on the conversation, how we got on the topic, but the person was kind of just saying, like, was kind of like, I wouldn't say belittling. I don't know, but what he was saying, it was kind of like, I can't remember what I said, but his response was like, "What you doing that washing cars?" Like, belittling it, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, yo, like just because you don't understand and you don't know, doesn't mean it's not worth anything. Because think about it. If you guys are charging, if you guys are doing details and you're charging, over 175 bucks for a detail, or if you got detail packages that are ranging from anywhere from like 100 to $400, and you're booking, 200, $300 details on a regular basis. If you do, let's say if you do one detail a day at $300 and you do one every day, I know it's going to rain and all the type of stuff and all the stuff that can happen. But let's just say, for argument's sake, you do one every single day at $300. If you do 300 times 365, that's going to come out to about over $100,000. Now, I'm 42 years old. And I don't know a lot of people that make six figures. So when people talk, I just tell them, yo, look, you can say what you want, but just do the math. We all know how to read and write and add and multiply. You learn that very early in school. And I just say, just do the math. If you can't do it off head, pull out your phone, pull up a calculator, and put through the numbers. Because a lot of these people who try to act like what you're doing, a lot of people that think that what you're doing ain't about anything, man. Trust me, you're making more money than them. A lot of people are not making $300 a day. And I'm talking about I'm giving you a I see you EA the truth. I'm talking about I believe I know you can make more, but I'm just giving a number that people can say, okay, I can see myself doing a detail at 300 and getting 300 a day. Just like lawn care, you do 6 yards, you do 6 yards at $50. That's 300. If you can do that every day, I mean, if you got the equipment, you got zero turns or walk behinds or whatever. I mean, I did 6 yards today with a push mower because my mower was down. My big mower was down. And I did, yeah, like I said, I did six of no, I did seven of them today. Pushed them all today. So it can be done. So like when a lot of people don't realize, and then those tips that come with it add up too, man. You real quick, man. You can quickly if you stick with it, you can quickly be earning like anywhere from like 5,000 to $10,000 a month or more. It just depends on how hard you want to go or how big you want to go with it. Yeah, I see you, J Jack. I have people like that. I have a customer that I told him 55. They pay me 65 every time. And I've been doing their yard for I've been doing their yard for but I only have like one or two customers that do that. And I've been doing their yard for maybe 4 or 5 years now. And they've been doing it the entire time. You said you hate doing tires. No, I don't hate doing tires. Well, I don't do tires. Like what I do is I always use a degreaser or acid or something to spray. I don't like scrubbing tires. Like it takes too long. Trust me, it makes it. I mean, just think about it. You got to do all four tires, then you got to rotate them and do them again. It's like doing 8 tires. I hate doing that. So I like me. I like to use something to spray on it. Yeah, but I don't like doing tires. But it don't bother me now because I have a method that yeah, I have a method that I actually have a method that I can get through tires. And I can do all four of them in less than 5 minutes. Yeah, man. But that's the thing, man. Like, don't when you start getting into when you start getting into the good neighborhoods, the better neighborhoods, you start doing with the the higher end clientele. Uh, and sometimes the cars don't change. You'll see the same cars that are in the other demographics. You're gonna see your Honda Accords. They might got it fully loaded, but it's the same vehicle basically. Uh, you're still gonna see the Land Rovers and the Explorers and the Tahoes and the Denali's. Gonna see the same cars, man. And trust me, man. Like I said, man, these people they they value you. Trust me. And when they give you that tip, they just letting you know, like, hey, I'm giving you this tip. I appreciate you. And that's what the tip says to me. When I'm tipped, not only does it say I did a good job, it says that, look, I value you for what you do. I'm glad that you was able to do this for me. You a big help. I appreciate you. And some of them tell them, I know this is not a lot. And you be like, yo, this is good. Like I don't know what a lot means to you, but this is excellent because man, you get the ultimate. You got the grand slam, the ultimate detail, my highest package, and then you're gonna tip me $50 on top of that, or 60, $70 on top of that. Man, come on with it. I love it, man. I tell you, man, I really love this, man. This is I mean, this is the best job. It's not a job, I'm my own boss, but This is the best job I've ever had in my life. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm tired. Uh, get sick, you get wore out because you're constantly pushing your body every day. But man, it's worth it. It's worth it, man. When somebody gives you that tip and you've been working all day, you've been busting your butt, and then they give you that tip, man, it just makes it seem like, man, it was all worth it. Man, something is tearing my ankles up. Money adds up. It does. It does. And I hope you guys, yeah, it adds up, man. I hope you guys, uh, I hope you guys are saving y'all money, man, or been saving y'all money. I hope you guys been saving y'all money, man, because y'all, I know if you guys are doing lawn care, or if you're not doing lawn care, I know you're starting to see those leaves fall. That means it's getting cold. That means it's getting cold. And if you hadn't been saving your money, it's gonna be a long winter. It's going to be a long winter. I've been there before. Uh, so when you're getting those tips, my God, something is just tearing my legs up. Maybe I got allergic to something. But yeah. But like I said, man, if you be you know me, I save all my tips. I save all my tips. Uh, I base my savings on how many jobs I do per day, and and then I save my tips and add that to it. And when the winter time come, I don't even waste no time. Soon I'm gonna say like December, I go I go to the bank and I pay my mortgage for January, February, and March. And I do this in December or January. January or the first of January or sometime close to the end of December. I go in the bank and I'm like, hey, I walk over there and I write everything out and I give them cash and I pay my mortgage. I pay it for 3 months. And that's my biggest thing. That's what I'll pay first. And then there is, car notes. I try to pay that up for a couple of months. And then all the money that I earn, I'm just building back my savings. I start over in November. So all the money that I earn, I just keep saving it. I just keep saving it. And so that's I hope you guys I hope you guys anyway, yeah. I hope you guys are doing it. I hope you guys are saving your money. Uh if you're not, man, it's gonna be a long winter, man. I hope you guys got a nest egg because when the winter time comes, man, if it rains, it gets cold, the temperature drops drastically. Anything can happen. The weather, is sometimes won't be consistent. And the thing about it is you're gonna have to do more advertising in the winter because your customers, you're gonna have to let your customer know that you're still working if the weather allow you to, that you're still working because some people think that you're not working because it's too cold. They'll think you're not doing it. They be like, "Ooh, it's too cold. I know he's not doing anything," and they won't call. And after Christmas, after Thanksgiving, you'll start to see it slow down. And if you don't have your money together, man, you're not gonna make any money, man. I'm telling you. If you don't have your stuff together, because sometimes in the wintertime, you're gonna actually have to have money to even make money, because the stuff that you're gonna have to buy, the gloves, the skull caps, all the little stuff that you're gonna have to buy something. You're gonna need to have. Right, 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 right. And that's what I do, man. Hub City Hustle. Hub City, you from Hattiesburg? I don't. I'm not sure how much it is, because mine was with two different companies. I pay mine by the year. I can't remember how. I think I paid like 300 for one and like 400 for the other one for the whole year. I paid like 700 for the whole year on both of them. Okay, I see. Lubbock, Texas. Okay, I know some people in Lubbock. But yeah, I paid mine up for the year. I don't know how much it is. I mean, I guess you have to, just cut that in half. I mean, not cut that in half, but I think you divide that by. No, I did it for the whole year, so you just divide it by 12, and that'll give you roughly what that'll be. So I say altogether like 700 bucks, a little over 700 for the whole year. Um, and so that gives me like $1 million of coverage. So and you can do the math that way and figure it out. But the thing about it is that some places it's hard to find insurance for detailing because there's not really a lot of underwriting for it, and so some places don't even offer insurance. Some insurance companies don't even offer insurance for detailing, and and then sometimes it depends on the state that you're in too. Yeah, yeah, Hub City, man. Like it's kind of hard to for some reason, man, like that was one of the problems that I had. It was hard for me to find one that I can get both of them from. Like all of them would do the lawn care because that's real big down here. But it was hard for me to find one for what's going on, Angel. It was hard for me to find one for detailing. But yeah, exactly, Callis. It's best to have insurance because, like I said, there are two types of detailers. There are detailers that have messed up cars, and there's detailers that will mess up cars. You're gonna make a mis- You're gonna make a mistake one day. You're gonna have an off day, and it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. I haven't made a mistake in a while. I haven't made a mistake in a while, but I remember, yeah, I remember the one mistake I did make when I first started. When I uh when I first started, man, I remember. Matter of fact, I went. It was my second year, and it was a Pontiac Soltis. You know, the little convertible, the little small two-seater convertible. And you could tell this lady, this was like her little pride and joy. And this is the crazy thing about it. Uh, I go to the bank to open up my business account, my A&A business account. And she said, "Oh, okay. So, what are you going to be doing? What type of business is this?" And I was like, yo, yeah, I'll be doing lawn care and mobile detailing. She was like, "Oh, so you can come to me and wash my car?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I think I did her car. I did her car. This was 2013. I did her car, and it was actually the spring of 2013. I did her car for 25 bucks, Pontiac Soltis, and I'm vacuuming the car and doing my thing, and she and no, I made a mistake, and around the gear shift. It has a chrome bezel, where it says, park, reverse, neutral, drive, whatever. Around it was a chrome bezel around the gear shift, and I took uh, my vacuum, the vacuum nozzle, and was trying to, get it clean as I could and vacuum around it, and I scratched the you know the nozzle. I think it rubbed up against some concrete when I'm dragging it, so it kind of made it. It had like little jagged pieces to it. And when I ran across the other thing, it put a scratch on it. And I was like, wow. I was sitting up there looking at it. And I was like, I remember going across it, but I didn't remember scratching it. And so she was like, I did a car. She gave me the money, went on about my business. She calls me later on. This is the same lady that opened up my A&A bank account, and I messed her car up. And so, and so she was like, no, she didn't see it then. She was okay with the car or whatever. She didn't notice it right away. And so I want to say, man, I might have did the car maybe at like noon or and it was probably around about 5 o'clock. So it's probably when she got off work, like around 6. And so, man, she called me and she was yelling. She was yelling. I was just like, and I had to tell her to calm down because I can't understand you yelling, and I don't care what I did, you're not gonna yell at me. And I told her whatever it is, we can come to some type of agreement, but we're not gonna yell. And I had her to calm down. I said, "Oh, you just call me back tomorrow." She called me back, and I came out. I looked at it, and I knew that I did it. I didn't see when I scratched it, but I knew when I rubbed that thing that it possibly could have scratched it. But I actually took before and after pictures, and I saw it wasn't in a before picture, but it was in an after picture, so I know I did it. So uh, I went and bought. I just bought, and then I thinking all I had to do was just buy the bezel, and I knew, I was like, man. So she was like, I was told her I would just go to the dealer and buy one. So I go to the dealer, and I said, yo, I told him the piece. And when the man pulled it up, he said, "Oh man, I'm sorry to tell you that piece is attached to the whole gear shifter, and the gear shifter had a plug-in, so it was electronic. Now this item is electronic, so anything electronic on a car is always expensive." And man, that thing had to be about probably $500 or something like that. And so I did a $25 detail only to mess up her car and have to spend $500 to fix it. So I ordered it, and then the guy said, have her to bring it in. We'll put it in for free. Because I told him the situation. I guess he felt sorry for me. So he was like, yo, he said, we just write it off. We'll put it in for free. I'm like, I appreciate that. Then he even gave me a discount on the part. But but I learned from the experience. And the thing about it is, when you make a mistake, it's not that it's never as bad as you can make it be. You know, the universe is indifferent. And I ain't trying to go all deep on y'all, but the universe is indifferent. Uh there are no good things or bad things. Things just happen. It's on how you look at it. It's how you look at it. It's how you perceive it. We make it bad or good. We make it positive or negative. You understand what I'm If you look at it in a positive way, it's positive. It's just that simple. Like I said, anything that I've been in, anything that I've ever done, anything that's happened to me that some people may look at as negative, for one, I can show you my fault in that situation. And two, I can show you something positive out of the situation. Trust me, if something happens to me and you think it's negative, I can turn it into something positive. So appreciate for joining the group. Any of you guys new to the to my channel, if you don't know anything about the New Wave Facebook group, just go to Facebook, type in New Wave by A&A. You're gonna see the New Wave logo. You're gonna also see my logo on there as well. And just go there, and it's gonna ask you a question. Probably is gonna say, why do you want to join New Wave? Answer the question. I accept everybody. And you can go there and you can, give advice, give tips. You can learn something. You can teach you can show off your work before and afters. You can put a face to some of these people on here that you see in the chat. Uh, it's growing every day. We're at over 600 members. I started it in March. So hope to see you guys there. That local car recommended me shut down because there's spinning towers to stroke multiple. Yeah, I was remember you telling me that. I think you said that on the last thing. Yeah. I mean, things happen, man. Things happen, but trust me, man. If out of anything, bad that happens, man, that you look at as being bad is something good can come out of it. Yeah, so appreciate it, Callis. Yeah, I mean it is an art. It is an art because you're manipulating the vehicle. You're removing stains, you're adding gloss to the vehicle, you're sealing, you're removing scratches, you're removing swirls. It is an art to it. Some people take it more seriously than others, but trust me, there is definitely an art to it. But yo, one thing I want to talk about. I usually don't do this, but I've never had this to happen. Uh, if you guys are a member of the new wave, you guys probably already know about this. But I want to say, was it Tuesday? Yesterday was Tuesday, so I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Uh, yeah, we need new videos. Yeah, I'm working on one, man. I actually got one kind of almost done, but I'll be putting something out. I just need things to slow down, and I can focus on putting them out. But y'all just stay tuned. I'll be putting them out. But yo, so yesterday wasn't gonna talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about it, man, because now that I really look at this stuff, man, it is funny. It's funny. I check this out. Okay, guys know yesterday. I mean, no, Monday. I did a video called $20 Detail. And like I said, when y'all come here, you know, I think that's why my regular videos, my edited videos get more views and get more likes because that's what people want to see. It's about detail and that's what people want to see. When I'm on here, I don't talk about chemicals like that. I don't talk about equipment like that, even though I do know about it. I'm well versed in all this stuff, but I don't talk about that because all the other channels they talk about that, and you can Google it and get the information. It really gets boring to me. Uh, but I like to talk about you know your mindset. That's what I'm on. Because I remember my dad telling me, as long as you got this up here, if this up here is good and you're healthy, your body is good, that every you can make anything happen, you know. And when I try to give y'all my experience and try to give you advice that will stay with you for a lifetime, that will allow you to earn money because I can tell you, yo, I can give you this tip. Yo, use this DA polisher, use this pad, use this wax, use this polish, use this compound. Oh, use this sandpaper, do this. I can do all that. But trust me, whatever you want to do in detailing, you can go to YouTube and somebody is going to have a very good video on it already. But what I don't see is, telling you how to deal with customers, telling you how to build your confidence, because you're going to need this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? When Because right now, man, you can go out in your city, and there's gonna probably be a person out there doing cars and earning money. It may not be a lot of money, but he's out there doing cars and earning money, and he doesn't have a third of the equipment that you have. This guy may have a few rags, a bucket. He probably washed the whole car with a dirty rag, and it still comes out clean. You know what I'm saying? And where I'm from, there's a lot of guys out there like that. I mean, the car is immaculate, and I'm looking like, yo, I saw a guy washing the car. He didn't have a bucket. He had a cooler filled with soapy water with wash mitts and a hose and a vacuum cleaner, and those cars were clean. And he was probably charging 10, 15 bucks. He's making money. So when I see guys like that doing that, detailing ain't rocket science. So I don't focus on all the oh, get this posture, get this, get that, get that. But it's cool. I know it's cool. I know you guys like this stuff, and I understand it. And I'm not saying that that's bad to be that way. You like what you like, and I'm not knocking you for that. But I'm not into all that like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. My thing is if the equipment works and I know it works, I don't care what the name is. I don't care what company it comes from. But anyway, I'm at home and I decide to get out here and do my yard. Uh, I work a lot, so usually Ashton, he just mows it for me. He doesn't edge it, he doesn't do the bushes, he just knocks it down so it won't get hot. So I was like, okay, man, I need to get this yard right. So I get out there, I'm doing the yard, doing my thing, cracking jokes with my family. Everybody's outside doing their thing, and I'm, having a good time. So uh my phone, I got two phones. Okay. Here they go. I got two phones. This is my business phone. This is my personal phone. Okay. So my business phone, it rings. I have my Bluetooth. I have my Bluetooth paired. I had my Bluetooth paired to both phones, but I was away from this phone. So my Bluetooth disconnected from this phone. Uh, so when I get back in my truck, I left the phone in the truck. I get in my truck to move my truck as I was doing, in between me doing my yard, I moved my truck out of the way so I could do some weed eating. My phone rings. So I look at the phone, I see it's a long distance number. I answer. I'm going, hello, 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 but I'm saying hello through my Bluetooth and I don't hear anything. My Bluetooth wasn't connected to the phone. I tried to connect it. I even tried to put the phone to my ear. By that time, I'm going, hello, I don't hear anything. And then the phone just hangs up. So I don't know if the person hung up or the phone dropped the call. I'm not sure. Uh, so I mean, you guys understand this because I'm pretty sure you guys have been through this before. Sometimes you answer phone, people don't hear you, you don't hear them, or you answer phone upside down, you can't hear. It happens. Okay. So I was going to call the person back. I looked down because it's a business phone. If it's a customer, I'm gonna call back. So I looked, I saw that it was a long distance number. So I thought immediately, real immediate. I always think I said, okay, it must be somebody calling from YouTube. You guys don't understand how many calls that I get from people a day from YouTube. People call me. They'll do the research. My older videos, my number is in my logo. I mean, and then you can find me. I'm not hard to find. My business number is not hard to find. I'm a business, so you can find my number. So people call me. So that's what I just said. Okay, I was going to text the person, hey, sorry, uh, bad connection. My phone died or whatever, or it dropped the call or whatever. I'll call you back. Before I can do that, and says, the person texts me and says, I was just calling. I was just calling to ask you questions concerning detailing, which that's what everybody does. Okay. I'm like, oh, and then it goes, wow. So when I saw the wow, I'm like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, what does he mean by wow? And so I'm like, okay, cool. Uh, I'm like, all right, cool. So then they sent another message, stick to $20 details. Now, Monday, which was the day before that day, which was the day before yesterday, I made the video called $20 detail. And so the live $20 detail, which was tribute to the $20 special that I did 5 years ago. And so he says, yeah, stick to your $20 details. You need to change your attitude. So the guy's mad. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, like this person is entitled. Let's say I didn't want to talk to you. Let's say I didn't want to talk to this guy. I have the right not to want to talk to you. You see what I'm saying? Just because I'm a YouTube creator and I'm giving out advice on YouTube doesn't mean that I signed up for people to call me for to answer questions. Now, on side note, don't get it twisted. People call me and I'm not tied up. Even sometimes when I am working, I will take the time to talk to the person and give them the best advice I can give them. I do. And people who have called me can attest to this. I've talked to hundreds of people, trust me, hundreds of people who call my channel. So I'm like, okay, and it's making me not want to, not want to answer my phone for people no more. It's going to make me want to, stop, start screening my calls. But anyway, so now this guy's being disrespectful, and being disrespectful in the comment section is one thing, but when you're texting my business phone, I got a problem with that. So I said, okay, this guy, this guy must have started watching me yesterday and don't know who I am. So I said, okay, first of all, I got your phone number. Now, a lot of people don't know, but I was a police officer for 10 years. And I am still connected with a lot of police officers. I'm still connected with the department. I can make a few phone calls and I can get things done if I need to. I don't do it. I don't even go around police officers like I used to. I'm not around there like that. But I got enough friends that if I make a phone call, I can make something happen if I need to. So I said, okay. So I got his number and I got his number traced. And when I got his number, I got his name, his number, his address, everything that I can get on his age and everything. And so I just simply text him back. And first, this is what happened. When he tells me I need to stick to my $20 detail, I told him, well, you know what? Thanks for reaching out, to get help on your detailing business because I know that's what you wanted. That's what everybody wants when they call me. Or some people call me just to tell me, hey, I appreciate what you do. You help me out a lot, man. I love your videos. Some people call me just to say that, and then they hang up and never call me again. I appreciate it. So, so I tell them, no, thanks for reaching out to your favorite detailer. I know, you needed help or whatever, but you showed your true colors, so I won't be helping you. And I left it like that. Then he texts me again, and guess what he says, guys? He says, please, yo, all your, I see where you get your equipment from. You stay in Harbor Freight with the cheap equipment, and the equipment causes cancer and all this weirdo stuff. And that's somebody who takes detailing too seriously. Like, I don't like those type of people. I don't like people who like how you gonna shame people for equipment. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you're a weirdo. You probably watch all these big time detailers on YouTube that got, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they got Honda generators and they got all the nice stuff and stuff from the rag company and Rupes polishes and all this type of stuff. Like, you can't, like, you need this to get the job done. Like I said, I know a guy right now that I can take you to that hand wax thing, that hand compounds with hand, man. And I'm telling you, his car, I mean, he's gonna take longer now. Don't give me it's gonna take longer, but it's work. It's probably gonna outdo everybody work. I'm telling you. I know a guy right now, he's about 50, 60 years old guy, dusty, dirty guy, but he has those cars immaculate when he gets done with them. It takes him a long time, but he gets them done. He doesn't charge a whole lot, but he does good work. So all I'm saying is when I see somebody do that, okay, so why would I'm a business. Why would I spend thousands of dollars on something that I can get the same results for hundreds of dollars? Why would I do that if I'm a business? They, I mean, these guys like, oh, I got 100 generator like they got a pair of Jordans on. Like, who cares? But anyway, so I see that he wasn't gonna stop. So I said, okay, cool. So I just gave him a little bit of information to let him know that I got your information. Like I know who you are. And I just told him that, yo, I used to be a cop. If you keep doing this, if you keep doing this, it won't be good for you. And I didn't get any more messages for him. But I just thought that was real strange that he took it that far. Even if I did hang up on him, even if I did hang up on him, who says that I have to help you? Who says that I have to talk to you? Who says that I have to answer my phone? I don't have to, you know. But it's funny. Don't talk about man. Who you talking about? Don't talk about man. What are you saying, David? Exactly. What? Why spend money on expensive products when you can buy cheaper products that deliver the same results? Exactly. This is a business. I'm not. I'm not. I appreciate that, Neil. Exactly. $50 on the detail. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, the truth. Yeah, dude. Trey B, your videos. I appreciate you, man. Man, I don't know. I didn't make the shirt. It's not embroidered. It's not embroidered. My patches. They're not embroidered, but I've had this shirt for about a year, and you see how it looks. Like I've washed it a lot of times. They really hold up, but they're not embroidered. So I guess it's the other one. I guess it is a press, but I didn't make the shirt. I'm not the shirt, so I have to ask the lady who made it. Not. I'm sorry, man. I remember you asking me that. I haven't even talked to her, and I actually got to go pick up some shirts. So I'll ask her, man, to get some, get a better, get a better understanding of what this is. I'm sorry about that. Fantasy does not care. I just started my detailing business last week, and oh, that's awesome. Right. Right. Yeah. They're gonna have because those guys when I see when you said Obsess Garage got a bucket on his website for $50. See, you gotta understand, man. You gotta understand. When you start getting up in age, just think about it. Let's say guys like those guys on Obsess Garage. I've heard of these channels, but I don't even watch it. I don't watch a lot of detailed videos. I really don't. Uh, but I've heard of Obsess Garage, and you just let's just say these guys been working. Let's say these guys are. I don't even know how old he is, but let's just say these guys are up in age. Let's say they older than me. Let's say they're in their 50s or their late 40s. When you start getting this age, I'm 42. So when you start getting at this age, you're getting closer and closer to 65. So certain body parts start to ache. You start seeing that, there's going, not like when you're 20, but when you get like 40, you start to see like, there's going to be a time that's going to come that I'm not going to be able to do this. Like, I need to come up with something. And that's why, they build a name up and they build a YouTube platform up and they sell stuff. And that's awesome. I mean, I'll do the same thing because you're gonna have to find a way to make money when you can't physically do it anymore. You're gonna have to find a way to make money, and that's the name of the game. You want to earn money without having to sweat for it, and that's cool. And that's what those guys do. Your it's $50 because it's coming from him, even though it's a $5, $10 bucket, or however much buckets cost. Uh, I mean, it might have his name on it, a logo on it, or something, and that's what people do. I mean, it's just like when you go to a fair or carnival, everything is jacked up, the prices are jacked up, and that's just how it is, man. I mean, it's the American way. If you're a millionaire. Yeah, getting younger guys to do physical work is easier said than done. And, your turnaround will be high, man. Turnaround for workers, like anytime you're doing labor work, man, people don't like doing that in a hot sun. It's only a small percentage of people that like to work like that. Most people, if they do that, it's going to be very temporary. It's yeah, man. It's people be trying to find a way to make a buck quick, man. Make a lot off one person. That's what they're trying to do. Yeah, yeah, I'm good. I'm good from the hurricane. We just had, some winds came for a little while. It wasn't long. It's a little windy. I love leaving the customer's house. That's one of the best things I love about detailing. Getting finished with the job and leaving. That's the best part of detailing, man. When I'm finished, I get my money and I leave. That's the best part. That is the best part of detailing, man. Uh, I have a lot of I, I have a lot of now I do like when the customer is like, oh my God, and blah 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 blah. But the favorite part is getting the hell up out of there, man. And not coming back until they got some more money for me. That's me. Get the hell out of there, man. I'm talking about, you know, man, I'll be up out of there so fast. When I get done, man, I'm talking about I'll be collecting and when I'm done with the vacuum cleaner, I wrap it up, put it away. When I'm done with the air compressor, the air hose, I wrap it up, put it away. I'm talking about, man, when I'm done, I'm getting the hell out of there. Yo, try Wix. It's easy to make a website on Wix. Try Wix. You just pay a couple dollars, $200 for the year, man. And you can build your own website. It's self-explanatory. It's easy. They got templates, or you can customize it yourself. I'm not a web designer, but Uh, that's where I have my website through is Wix. Fantasy, fantasy does not care, man. It's all a risk, man. You don't, you can go do a job and they don't pay. You don't know, most you got to understand that most people will pay, but there is a chance that somebody won't pay. Make sure that you get text messages. I always have the person to text me. I text back and forth so I can have a record. Text messages do hold up in court. And it depends on how much the detail was. I'll sue the person. Uh, or sometimes you just have to take an L and walk away. But stop thinking about what can happen bad and just think about what can happen good. That's how your attitude needs to be. Right. Yeah, I've never had that problem. Never had that problem. So I've never had that problem with somebody not paying me, but I don't think like that. I remember when I first started when I first started my business, and a guy was like, I was talking about, yeah, I mean, when I was thinking about starting it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my lawnmowers and I'm gonna get all my equipment and I'm gonna get some flyers and I had a little, little plan, little strategy. I was gonna just jump out there and get started. And then the guy was like, "What you gonna do when it rain? What you gonna do when it get cold? Blah 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 blah." And I was just like, I just told him, I said, "Look, man, I'll figure it out." Uh, but that's not enough to make me not want to do it. So I don't know what he was trying to do, but the thing is that trust me, if you positive and you work hard, man, you're gonna have more good than bad. I haven't had a lot of bad experiences. I had a few, but I've had way more good experiences. I have so many good experiences with this that I forget the bad ones. Yep, I've had that, George. But I'm gonna tell you guys, uh, when you're a detailer, or lawn care or any business, uh, I mean, you're supposed to, you do provide the customer with a service, but you have to have great communication skills. You have to communicate what you need. Uh, what I do is, when I book an appointment, I let them know that how long that it's going to take, how long that it possibly can take. I always give them the longest time that it can possibly take. I never give them the short. It can take 3 to 5 hours. I tell them it's going to take 5 hours. If I get done sooner, then it makes me look great. But I always give them the higher amount number. You're gonna have to dealing with people who's trying to rush you. If a person rushes me, after I told them, like if I tell you, yo, this detail is gonna take 3 hours. If you coming outside at an hour and 30 minutes and you keep coming, you keep rushing me, I'm gonna politely tell you to stop or I'll leave. Uh, you're gonna have to take charge. You're not working for anybody. You're providing a service. It's a difference. You don't work for anybody. When you're doing that, you're your own boss. Trust me, you have to have a level of professionalism, and you have to, uh, you're not going to be rude to the person, but you can quickly tell them what you're not going to stand for. Like, I'm not going to have nobody rushing me. If I told you it's going to take me 5 hours, now if I told you it's going to take me 5 hours, and I'm in hour number 7, then I understand. But if I tell you it's going to take me 5 hours and you coming out in 3 rushing me, I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I told you to, you gotta take charge. Don't be afraid of your customers. Trust me. Yeah, I understand. But like I said, you can't you can't bring those personal issues or whatever issues that you have. You're gonna have to shake that off, man. You're gonna have to probably start, hanging around different people who think differently from you. You're gonna have to hang around people that's outside of the circle that you usually hang around, or you know, different types of people that y'all from two different backgrounds, so you can get another perspective on life. So like you don't, that's not that type of mentality is not good for business. Because if you're thinking someone is going to do something or it's going to be grimy, you're going to, you may act a certain way or you may do something, like jump the gun because you're trying to protect yourself because you think it's going to happen, and you may mess around. You may mess around. Uh, okay, I see you, David Branch. You may mess around and create a problem that's not a problem. So if that's your mentality because of what you went through, you growing up, and I understand, and you're saying everybody, then you need to start hanging around people outside of your normal circles. Hang around somebody that's totally different from somebody that you would ever hang around. Somebody you think is lame or something, or not a weirdo, but somebody that's lame, or you think is square or whatever. You probably want to start hanging around that person and get a different perspective. All my friends are nuts. Most of my friends are nothing like me. I have friends that are just like me, and we have the same goals and stuff. And I got friends that are like on a whole nother level that say stuff to me, and I'm like, man, what the hell are you talking about? And it takes me weeks and months to realize what they were talking about. I hang around people like that too. Do you have set prices, or do you give price based on the vehicle? I have set prices that it starts at a certain price, but once I see the vehicle, so it's a little bit of both. Once I look at the vehicle, the price could change depending on the severity of it. How you doing during the virus? Everything is everything, man. I'm not letting the pandemic stop me. No, I don't. It depends on the seats, man. Uh, man, when you start taking stuff apart, man, I just don't want to do that. That's one thing. You're raising the liability that you may scratch something. You may scratch the car, put the seat back in, or you may lose a bolt, or you may break a bolt, or you may break something. Yeah, that's just something that I'm not. You're anytime you're doing stuff like that, yeah, and then you just say you put the seat back in, the seat stop working. Yeah, man, yeah, I'm not doing it. Now, if it's an old car where doesn't have any wires coming, because some cars, man, you put the seat in, you got to plug shit in and all that. Uh, that's just something I don't want to deal with. Well, for the most part, unless somebody spilt something under the seat and it traveled under the seat. But for the most part, the under the seat's not going to be dirty because the only thing that'll be under there is probably crumbs or what can I say, crumbs or debris or whatever that you push, your foot pushed up on there. But it's not going to be. That's probably going to be the cleanest part of the vehicle is up under the seat sometimes. But if it's under there and I can't get it, it's just under there. I'm not taking the seat out. I'm not doing that. It's gonna make the detail longer. You're raising the liability. You can break something. You can lose something. Nah, I'm not doing it. Yo, you really went through it, strong freak. He kept doing it like 3 times. In the end, he said no over the $20 difference. Yeah. Yeah, man. If you got people that are like that, man. And when I see someone that's being difficult, or when I see I mean, you get the vibes. You know, when I get vibes from people, when I feel that, oh, this is not going to be a good idea, I just walk away, man. Yeah, get a bad vibe, man. You just walk away, man. It's. Trust me, man. Sometimes, man, you know, and sometimes I get a vibe and I walk away and you know, you'll be like, well, you think you missed out on money or whatever, but somebody else will call, man. I had someone hang up on me. I had some I had somebody call me and they didn't like the price and hung up on me. I had a guy told me that that's just stupid. I told him he wanted a car wash, and I told him, well, I have a maintenance detail package. I don't know if he wanted the outside done. I think I was asking if he wanted the outside done only. And he was like, no, he want me to wipe it down and vacuum the inside and everything. I told him that's my maintenance package is 65. And he was just upset about the price. And he told me that I was stupid and hung up. And it's funny that people call you and ask you about the price and get mad at you. Like. And then he called me the next day. He called me the next day and didn't realize that I guess he was on Google calling every number that he and I guess he didn't realize that he was calling this number back again. But I had a girl the other day, what was that, Monday, called me. We talking. I give her the price and she hangs up. So, but then right after she called, I had another guy booked and I booked an appointment for Friday and I booked two appointments for tomorrow. So man, you win some, you lose some, man. But trust me, man, you gonna win. You're gonna win more than you lose, man. When you get out here and you put the work in, you're gonna collect some wins, man. And that's what it's all about, man. Collecting wins, getting wins under your belt, and keep collecting wins and collecting wins. It gets contagious and you can't stop it. All you in search for is collecting wins. And you collect so many wins that when you get your losses, all those wins you collected will pay for your loss. And then you won't even miss a beat. Like think about it. Look how many times Michael Jordan won that you don't even remember when he lost. Remember when he came, remember when Jordan retired? I don't know how old you guys are on here, but when Michael Jordan retired the first time and then he came back, they lost in the playoffs. They lost that season. Nobody remembers that because they won. He won so much. Nobody remembers the losses. So that's how it is, man. You want to collect so many wins that when you do have a loss, you can pay it off. You can write it off. But like I said, man, somebody asked me about prices. Do I agree with starting with small prices, then raising them, or have your prices raised to a certain level and keeping it there for a while? That was what my video was about yesterday. Uh, yeah, I mean, I agree with it. I mean, it just depends on what your goal is. What's your strategy? What are you trying to do? Uh, what I was explaining yesterday, I probably can explain it a little better today. Usually, when I talk about something again, I can talk about it better explain. But when I started detailing, I was doing cars for $25. Now, I'm not gonna tell somebody. I'm not gonna say that this was the right thing to do, but it was right for me and what I was going through and what I had going on. So, quit my job, started my business, and I knew that if I charge that price, that people will bite. People will bite. And I wanted to generate some income. I had bills to pay, but it wasn't all about the money. It wasn't all about the money because I knew the opportunities that will come from. The money was very important. I needed the money, but the opportunities and what the opportunities will provide for me in the long haul from years from now was more important. So what I did was I said, okay, I'm gonna start my packages at 25 bucks. Even when I raised my packages to 30, I think I raised them to 35, I would still run specials at a $20 or $25 price just so because when things would slow down, I would drop them. So people, people will get washes, so I will be seen. You understand what I'm saying? Like it was so many things. Just like if you look at that $20 that video that I did, if you look at the video and probably didn't realize it then, but that video, I looked up the revenue from that video. I get a little AdSense revenue. It's not a lot, but that video is 5 years old. That video right there has made me a couple of $1,000, just that one video from the AdSense revenue. Over 5 years, not at one time, but over a 5 year period. That's how much that video. That's how much that video made me. Okay, I have another video that has 200 some thousand views, and I made like 900 bucks off that video. I can go through and I got different, but it gave me the opportunity to have content, to create content for you guys. It also gave me opportunity to make a little money on YouTube. YouTube has also gave me the opportunity to meet other details like G Works, Eric Jones. It gave me the opportunity, put me in places and positions that I would have never been in. You understand what I'm saying? So my prices was less about the money, but more of the opportunities that have come from it. You know, you guys already know that when you're out there doing detail and somebody sees you, people are going to stop and ask you how much you charge and do you have a card? Can you do mine's next? Things like that can happen. I knew that would happen. And so they don't know what I'm charging this person for. I can give them a different price. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? Uh, what else came from it? Uh, dealing with more customers. It allowed me to be able to look at a customer and talk to a customer, and by what the customer is displaying and by what the customer is saying to me, it just lets it. I'm learning people, and so now when I see these same characteristics or these same signs, I know how to navigate. I know how to talk. I know, and like if I say something to somebody and it doesn't go, then I say, okay, what happened? You know, it gave me time to practice. It also gave me time to practice on my craft and get better because I was doing so many cars and the cars were trashed. You understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't so much of the price, it was more of the opportunity by offering that price, the opportunities that I would get. And so uh I like I said, I can make videos and put them on Facebook and do little commercial style videos or before and after pictures. And so you got to understand when I got all that footage, I'm giving the impression like I probably only did 3 cars that week, but I got videos and pictures of all the cars that I was doing at 20 bucks. Now, note, you know, they don't know what I was doing, but I got pictures and footage and stuff that I can drop a video every week on Facebook or on Instagram. I could drop a picture every day because I had so many pics of so many cars that I was doing. So what happens is if I'm putting this stuff out every day, the impression that is given to the people that send my stuff is, yo, he work a lot. He do a lot of cars. He must be good because a lot of people let him do his cars. You see where I'm coming from? That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm a thinker. I don't. I'm not. I don't get caught up into all this other stuff. I'm a thinker because that's what's going to get you over the hump. And so that's why my prices were low. Now, I'm not saying that that was the best strategy, but it was the best strategy for me at that time. Now, if I had to do it today, probably do it differently simply because I know more. You see what I'm saying? But from what I knew back then, for what I knew back then, I had to do what I had to do. And so, raising, and then over time, and then what happened is, okay, I'm in a new neighborhood. I know I'm charging 20 bucks, but this other person pulls up and I'm in a new neighborhood. I'm in a neighborhood I've never been before. Okay, guess what? They got bigger houses, better cars, cleaner cars. I tell them $30. They be like, oh, how about I give you $70? I'm like, okay. So now, guess what? I got about 4 or 5 customers over here. Guess what? I can raise my price. So now that I raised my price, so now when the old group calls, oh yeah, I'm sorry, my prices have changed. Is this? Some of them gonna fall off, and I know they are, and it's okay. I understand. I get it. They're gonna fall off, but some are gonna stay. Now you start to realize that I only did 2 cars today, and I'm making the money. If I was still charging that price, I'm making the same amount of money if I'd have done 5 or 6 cars. And you just gradually keep moving up, gradually keep moving up, gradually keep moving up, going up 5 to 10, 25 to 10, just keep going up. And before you know it, you had a nice price. Because I wanted my goal was to get my lowest price to be 75 bucks. And I finally got to that point. So uh it's okay to come in with low prices, but you got to have a plan because you can't stay at that low price for very long or your business is going to fail because you won't be able to fix equipment, you won't be able to buy equipment, you won't be able to grow. And when you're charging that cheap of a price, you're going to get a lot of customers fast. And the equipment and the chemicals is going to help you work faster. And that's the goal. Hope that answers your question. I got a little long with it on that one. And my allergies. Well, 5 more minutes, man. If y'all got any questions, go ahead and get them now. I'm about to get off here and holler at y'all. But I see some new guys in here. If you are not a member on the New Wave, go ahead and join now. It's New Wave by A&A. Just go to Facebook, go to the search, type in New Wave by A&A. You're going to see this logo pop up. You're going to see a New Wave logo, and this logo is going to be on there as well. Go ahead and it's going to ask you a question. Go ahead and ask that question. I'm accepting everybody, even the haters. I'm accepting y'all too. But if you come on that trip, you get blocked. don't feel no way. It doesn't affect me. I mean, man, sometimes I've jumped in cars without gloves. I don't I don't think I've done. Okay, my thing saying my connection is unstable. Can y'all see me? If am I good? It's kind of lagging a little bit. Am I good on here? Y'all let me know if I'm choppy or lagging. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, I wouldn't do it if the car's got some feces or something that I ain't trying to touch. Then yeah, I'll put gloves on, man. But like, I mean, you watch my videos. Sometimes I'm raw dog, and sometimes I got gloves on. It just depends. Uh, I could do a lot better on that. It's just something that, man, I forget about, man. I be so into the work, man. I'll forget about it. Lawn vids. You want the lawn care vids? Yeah, I got one coming. I got one when I got lawn care and detailing. So it is coming, man. Y'all just be patient. It's coming. Uh, I'm just waiting for everything to slow down. Like I cannot wait for the winter, man. I'm ready for the winter, man. I'm ready to have a lot of days off and work a little bit and have some days off and I can do the videos. I've done one. I've done one, and I did it with Sporties when I came down to that was last year when I came down to when I went up to Jersey. I can't remember how much he was charging. I want to say he was charging 13 a foot. I want to say he was charging 13 a foot or something like that. I don't remember. But I could tell you someone you can ask, like someone like Eric Jones, or you can uh go to one of Sporty's videos and ask him and to come or DM him and ask him. Uh I want to say it's like $13 a foot or something like that. I'm not sure. Uh I don't do a lot of I don't even I don't even I don't do RVs really. I would not need to get on. And I know guys are with RVs. I'll do one for free just to do the video and get some experience on it. But I think that was the only time I did an RV. Uh, a lot of the customers that I do, they don't have them. Uh, but I'm around a lot of RVs and boats, but I just never had the opportunity to do one. I want to say he was saying like $13 a foot, man, but I don't want to. I hope I ain't telling you wrong. Don't quote me on that. Fall cleanup is coming. Been considering lawn services. Okay, right, Larry. Even the haters will get blocked, man. I'll accept them, man. But you start tripping, you'll get blocked. Lots of haters, man. I don't know what I don't. You know what? I don't know what that is. Sometimes I think people uh they want to be. They don't like you, but they want to be like you, so they watch you, or they got some ill intentions and they're trying to do something. And I don't know what it is, but you got people who don't. You got people who don't like me, man, for whatever reason, and they watch and they watch. And I can tell by how you come in. I can tell by the things that you say. I can tell. Trust me, I can read it so quickly, and I see it. I'll be watching, and then you know what? You just say something that confirms it. Block you. I just blocked somebody on here today. Y'all didn't even see it. I just blocked somebody, early on in the video. Y'all didn't see it. Like I'm not gonna give you a spotlight, and that was that right there was the first time when I was telling you about this guy. That's because this guy called my personal phone. But that was the first time since I've been on YouTube that I even talked about anybody. But I don't give him no shine. I don't give him no light. I mean, I've had detailers, and trust me, I see all the hate. Even in the past when people was hating on me in the past, I saw it all. I saw it, but I don't respond to it because when you come out of when you it's like this, like I understand because the thing with me is I always try to get some understanding. Whether I agree with something, I don't have to agree with everything, but I want to understand everything. And so when I get to understand it, I know how to deal with it. The I think the issue initially what I was having is that I will say things that will really touch somebody and they'll think I'm talking about them. They'll think I'm talking about them. Indirectly, I am talking about them because the situation fits them, but I'm not personally talking about them because I don't know them. I don't know your situation. And sometimes, you got people like subscribers that would get upset because the way I said something, it rubbed them the wrong way or whatever, or I may come off as arrogant or cocky or whatever. And And sometimes it's not just asking for advice, EA. Like what it is in the beginning, it was YouTube, it was other YouTubers. I don't know if you guys saw it, but this was maybe like 3 years ago, or maybe a little longer than that. You had YouTubers. What happened is, you know, people try to get into detailing and they start, YouTube and stuff, and then they go down this rabbit hole and they start watching detailers. And if you guys notice that there are not a lot of black detailers on here on YouTube with a lot of subscribers. Like you may have some that may have 1,000, and then me and Sporties are at 8,000. You don't have a lot of black detailers with over 5,000 subscribers. Not a lot of them that I know of right now. And what I started seeing was people was trying to do videos and they was trying to, get subscribers and stuff. And as, a year go by, 2 years go by, and they could barely get over 100 subscribers. What they started doing was they started looking at me and looking at my videos and wondering, how is he getting all these subscribers? I even got accused of buying subscribers. I never responded because I knew that because I started looking. I'm like, yo, why they get mad at me? They would call me out directly sometimes, and sometimes they would, indirectly say it. But I knew they were talking about me. But if I make a video going in at them, then guess what they're gonna say? Man, I wasn't even talking about you. See, I'm too smart for that. I already know what you was trying to do. So what I did is I just sat there and watched you because I knew that, I mean, if you got 90 subscribers or 40 subscribers, some of these guys, it was pathetic. Like they couldn't even get 100 subscribers. And I'm not trying to belittle the people, but they couldn't even get any subscribers. And I knew that if I made a video and said their name, at the time I might have had like 5 or 6,000. If I'd have made a video and said their name, that I was going to send some views their way. And I'm like, I'm not going to help you out if you're talking bad about me. So, I just never said anything about it because I knew that's what they was trying to do. You know, I knew that's what they was trying to do. It was trying to create. a buzz for themselves by coming at me and then thinking hopefully that I'll respond. So and then these same people used to come to my channel, comment, come in the live, comment like everything was cool. To then to turn around and go make a video. Like they'll turn around literally the next day and make a video with the same title or commenting on the title that I had the night before. But they didn't last. I even had one guy call me, asking me how to get subscribers. And I told him, yo, you understand if you go back and look at my videos from 2016 and 2017, I was uploading 3 videos a day. Uh, I'm telling them, if you want a lot of subscribers, then go watch YouTubers with a lot of subscribers and see what they do. They make videos every day. Now you now notice that I was getting like 300, 300 subscribers a month. Now it's down to like 100 a month because I'm not putting out the videos. When I start putting out the videos, you're going to see the subscriber count go up. So that's what I was telling them. You know, I remember a guy asked me, I told him, well, you got to make videos. You know, yeah. So like, so I just started noticing, I just started noticing people just coming out the woodworks like, oh, why are they talking about me? They didn't like what I said. Then they tried to, I'm not a detailer because I was doing lawn care, but I was making lawn care and detail videos at the same time. Like it wasn't like I was making all lawn care videos. Then one day I just started detailing, but let them tell it that's what they were saying. But I watched it and I saw it all, but it didn't work. It didn't work because the thing about it is, like I said up here, I'm thinking, because I'm always trying to figure out. I'm listening to what you're saying, but I'm also trying to figure out your angle. If I can't figure out your angle, I just don't do anything. But I'm never going to respond to anybody. Like I'm not gonna go back and forth with you in the comment section. I'm not gonna do it. So you can hate all you want, like and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's YouTube. Like, I mean, I'm looking at the people in the comments, and I'm glad that you guys are here and participated. But if one of you guys walked up to me and slapped me in the face, I wouldn't know who you. A lot of you, I wouldn't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not that serious. What's going on, Kings Deluxe? Oh, I definitely agree with what you're saying, Manny. I definitely agree with that because the thing about it is, man, things I don't like, I don't talk about it. I'm telling you, if I don't like something, if I don't like someone, if I got a problem with someone, I don't talk about it. Like I try to get away from it and try to get it out of my mind. I don't, I don't talk about things I don't like. But obviously, it's something about it. It's something about what I'm doing that at least I mean, whether it's negative, like I said, there's no negative, there's no positive. The universe is indifferent. Things happen. It's up to you to take it. It's up to you to take it how you want to perceive it the way you want to perceive it. But me, yeah, my work exactly. But and the thing is that those guys knew I would. They said I bought subscribers because they'll. One guy said when I go live, I remember this one, and this was probably 2 years ago. This guy said that when I go live, he was talking about I know about advertising and marketing and all that, and you know, if anytime you do marketing, you're gonna have 10% that's gonna rock with you. And so I'm like, okay, but not understanding the way YouTube works. If you go look at anybody's channel, you got a guy with 1 million subscribers, he goes live, he may only have 5,000 people in the chat, only have 5,000 people watching because some people subscribe to you, but they don't hit the note. They don't have the notification bell on, and some people are not, you know, are not on their phones like that. So when a notification comes in, they may watch it later. They may not watch it right now. When you get a million views, you're not getting a million views at the same time. You're getting, you're gonna have a few people watch it, in the morning. A lot of people gonna watch it when it first come out. Then you're gonna have some that's gonna watch it later, and then over the years, people are gonna watch it and watch it and watch it, and your views are gonna grow. Well, he's saying that I'm buying subscribers because this is what he said. This has happened 2 years ago. You see what I'm saying? That lets you know how I just let this stuff ride. But I'm just bringing up since we talking about haters, I'm just bringing it up now. But he said that you're gonna have at least 10% that's going to support no matter what. That's what he says. Okay, and so and so he says every time you go live, you only have 20, 30, maybe 40 people in the live. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm thinking to myself, well, you got 100 people, right? He had less than 100 subscribers at the time. Okay, you live. Where your 9 people at? Where your 2 people at? He will go live and nobody will be in the chat. Nobody. These guys will go live and nobody will be in the chat. And I'm saying to myself, okay, using your analogy, if it's 10%, 10% of 90 is 9, right? So he should have had 9 people in the chat, had 0 people in the chat. So you see what I'm saying? So I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with people. Uh, but what I've been noticing is that some people, they're growing up, and I think, and I can't speak for like women, but I know for men, these people are, if you come from like a broken home, or your upbringing wasn't traditional, you didn't have all the support and all the stuff that you need as you're growing up. What I'm starting to see in men is that the older they get scared, and then they call it anxiety. But I think it's fear because they didn't have no support their whole lives. It's kind of sad. And I'm not making fun of it, and I'm not trying to be mean about it. Just speaking how it is. But they're getting older and older, and they know that now they're becoming men, and now the responsibility is all on them. They never had any support or a safety net. Now, you know, your parents are pushing you out into the world with no guidance and no help and no support. They didn't teach you anything, and now you out there. And so what you're doing is you're looking around and you're looking for people to latch on to. You're looking for people to latch on to help you, but you got too much pride to ask for help. So what you do is you find somebody that you think can give you the information, and then you try to, you know, get what you can get from that person. But when you approach that person, you're not being genuine on your intentions. And you got too much pride. You want to act like you already know, but you don't know anything. And you're trying to attach yourself to, and I see this a lot. You try to attach yourself to someone, and then that person just being them, not just being them, and they just doing their life, and they're not reaching out and trading, they're not doing anything to help you, and then you get mad because you really need some help, but you got too much pride to say, hey man, can you help me? So what you do, you hate on. And I think it comes from a place like that. I think it comes from wanting to ask for help, but you don't want to look like you don't know anything. So you act as if you know. And I think that's where a lot of it comes from. And you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people grew up rough, or had rough background, have a crazy background and all that. And I don't have that story to tell. I'm not bragging. I just don't have that story to tell. My mom and dad was around. My dad was a professor. My mom was a CO, and they was around. And you know, I was raised with love, and and my dad taught me things, and so I don't have that story to tell. I didn't sell drugs. I wasn't the thug and all this and all that. I wasn't that. Uh, I was raised in a nice family oriented household. And, I think that's where a lot of my success and my confidence come from. A lot of people don't have that. So when they come across somebody that they want to be like or want to have their characteristics, and I guess they just get mad at the person, but they're not really mad at the person because they don't know you. I just think they mad at themselves and can't take it out on yourself. So you got to find somebody to take it out on. Acknowledge, ignore, move on. I like. Right, right. Yep. End of the year is coming, man. Like I said, I hope y'all, I hope y'all been saving the whole time. I mean, and I talked about this last year. I made a video about it. I think it was in October. It was like every time around close to the end of the year, I would talk about it. And it's just putting it out there so people can know what to expect because man, this game can get real wicked, man. You can get out there, man, and the wintertime hit and you can go a whole week with no jobs. And a whole week without earning money can be a death sentence for a lot of people's business. So I've been there, trust me. Like I said, I'm not perfect. And I definitely learn from my mistakes. And when it happened to me, like it happened to me like 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. I remember one year I just didn't prepare for it. And then the next year I tried to prepare for it, but things happened. I ended up having to spend the money on some repairs. And it was from not saving, from not charging enough. And the next year, so I say it happened to me twice. It didn't happen to me a third time, and it ain't happened to me since. And I put that, and like I said, I put my money away, man. I don't play around. Uh, I put my money away, and I try to make as much as I can. And I always offer people the highest package. Boom, I offer them the highest package. Unless their car is immaculate, unless their car is already in good condition. If it's not, they may need a standard. My standard starts at $90, but guess what? I'm still gonna offer them. Yo, I got a full detail package. Starts at 185. I'm gonna do this, this, that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna sanitize. We're gonna blah blah. Hit them with all the little keywords, and a large percentage of them say, "Yeah, let's do that one." A lot of them say, "Yeah, let's do that one." And then what I'm saying, take me probably 3 hours, and I walk away with 185 to 225. I mean, 185 to 245. And I'm telling you guys, man, uh, I make these videos, and the reason why I go live is so I can just, touch bases with y'all so y'all can see me because I ain't able to do the videos like I want to right now because I'm super busy. And the main reason why is because I'm not used to the editing software that I just bought. I'm not used to it yet. So with all that's going on, I can't just pop one out real quick. My other computer with my the other editing software I have is they don't even is what you call it. It's obsolete now. Is They don't make it anymore, so it's not like I can pull it up on this computer. My old computer is done. I can't get anything off of it. So I got a whole new computer, better software. I'm learning how to edit it. I've already edited like one video with it. No, matter of fact, no, I edited more than one video with it. I put one out on Facebook and Instagram a while ago, and it I like the quality of it. I'm working on one right now, and I'll put that one out. And I still got to do. I'm recording a lot of setup videos because of my new setup. I've been doing a lot of footage. I just got to put it together and make it make sense. Give y'all something good to look at, man. So trust me, the videos are coming soon, George. I have a long care video coming. So y'all just be patient, man. Trust me. I'll give y'all what y'all were looking for. I see you, Manny. Right. I see you, MTH Power. Exactly. Exactly. Try to get the highest that you can. Try to get the highest that you can. Trust me. I've been on here too long. I'm out, y'all. MTH Power, this is the first time I seen you on here. I think I seen you on here before, Manny. I seen a lot of, it's a lot of new guys on here. Uh, but again, if you're not a member of the New Wave Facebook group, go ahead and join. New Wave by ANA is the name of the group. Just go to Facebook and go into the search and type in ANA. I mean, New Wave by ANA, and you're going to see a New Wave logo. And then you're going to also see this logo, my logo that y'all know already. And y'all go ahead and just going to ask you a question. Go ahead and answer the question. And I'm accepting everybody. Uh, there's a lot of people showing a lot of work on there, showing before and afters, giving out tips, asking questions. Uh, it's gonna be cool over there. I want y'all, y'all welcome. I'll be glad to see y'all over there. New wave, new wave, not new way, new wave, like a wave, like an ocean wave, new wave by ANA. New wave by ANA. I got a lazy new wave, not new waves, new wave, no S. All right, y'all. I'm out, man. Shouts out to New Wave. Peace.